PSG.LGD versus Team Secret. Game 1.
Alright, they're gonna try to turn this into a Roche. I kind of like this. I think maybe if they did this a little bit earlier, this would have been a higher impact play, because actually the Global and the Donald are now online again, so might have missed the timing if Secret find this opportunity to get in there with Zayats.
Yep, Roche going down slowly. The Wraith packed inside as Nisha seems to have a decent idea that this is happening. He's just going to walk right in with the Split Arc. Gets off the Pulse Nova and the Bloodstone ahead of time. The Solar Guardian on the outskirts as Zayats gets stunned, but nothing to say. Already gets off his Rolling Thunder, but a huge Starbreaker. Chrysalis deletes Faith Beyond. Jin-Q starting to get quite low as Puppey's the first to fall for Secret, so it's a 1-for-1. He's going to buy back into the game, though. Double kill from Chrysalis coming out as well. And Nisha pretty much out of mana, but it's just enough to take out Ame. And now Y and company from LGD have to get the hell out of here, as Secret will likely get the Roche.
Yeah, maybe Secret kind of let them do that.
Thanks for the damage.
Do the hard work for us. You know, we can't really kill Roche ourselves that quickly, so if you guys would please get him to a quarter health, we'll just show up with our spells and clean you out. They didn't even use Global. Like, Rezo actually doesn't have the mana for it right now. It was not necessary in that fight. They had a Donald, which was okay to connect on the side. We're going to see the replay here, so I love the way Secret approached this fight by sending in Leshrac first. He knows he has so much defensive cover plus the Bloodstone that he's not worried. And they find this connection on the left-hand side. This pretty much ends the fight. They kill off the Enigma with the Nyx as well as the Dawnbreaker ult. Connect that. And Ame, sure, you find the Crystal Maiden in the middle of that fight, but you're in the middle of the fight against Lesh, and you're not getting out of there afterwards. So easy cleanup for Secret. And man, going into the series today, I was not expecting that any game would be this one-sided as this is looking right now. Are LGD adopting some sort of new strategy? You know, start out slow in groups, then you pick up some steam, you go into the playoffs, you start off slow in game number 1, you pick up your steam. That's maybe the question, because this one is it's not looking healthy right now.
So if I'm not mistaken, at the Arlington Major, I was casting a game of PSG.LGD. We're down by like 20 plus K. Like it was at the top hat shellacking level. And they brought it back, so this is the one team I would not be comfortable with a lead, no matter how much. As we see mass TPs now from PSG.LGD. Global signs to give him some cover. Nisha really wants to finish off the Dazzle, but not going to be able to do so. Now completely out of mana, but remember, does have the Aegis still intact. Might have to use it here, but Solar Guardian is healing up to a decent amount. Chrysalis not able to connect on any stuns, though. As Secret looking to potentially reset, but no kills come out from PSG.LGD. See the freezing field in the meantime, yeah. Is that bear number 1 or is that 2?
I think that is bear number 2. Yeah.
Oh,
50-second cooldown now for Ame. Yeah, if somebody has experience killing creeps with freezing field, it is Puppey. So feels really good about that. That's a very big creep there. A so-called creep hero, if you will. It's very. If you're new to Dota, Lone Druid's bear is complicated. It's
yeah. That's true.
That's its Facebook status. It's complicated. All right. Nice carapace.
Oh, beautiful setup. Splitter up to follow, and the Impale again. Nothing to say is dead. And that's Secret, man.
You gotta be so careful about this as Pango. You kind of need to weigh the pros and cons of using Swashbuckle like this, because you could obviously Swashbuckle toward your own base with the damage, right? But he wanted to get a little bit of value poke out of it. Gets carapace and gets killed. So you gotta second guess yourself a lot of the time with your Pango instincts when you are playing against this hero and it's missing, because you never know when you're gonna connect on that carapace and you're just getting killed off by that.
Just kill bear, just kill bear. I have global. I don't have global.
It's okay. I can push down.
Yeah, I'm trying to go in there.
Let's check rush.
Yeah, let's go rush. I might do it.
These arcanes. They're gonna run bottom to our outpost. We can
smoke into them.
I can smoke mango. We don't have actually.
Yeah, I will smoke.
Not global, but we can fight easy.
Let's try needs 15 seconds though.
Oh yeah, the classic Rezo, no global, we can fight easy. Well, he didn't have mana.
Oh, Impale set up onto Faith Beyond with the Solar Guardian, but a nice Tusk Snowball mitigates a lot of it as Crystal's popped the BKB a little bit prematurely. Starbreak doesn't really connect very well, but they still have the damage, it looks like, to take out Faith Beyond. And Jin-Q is next on the list. So despite the Secret initiation not going as planned, I mean, with this kind of a lead, it doesn't really matter sometimes.
It's just such a strong position for their lineup to play on this high ground, right? And you're seeing again Faith Beyond. He's just holding Black Hole. He can't use it. So the impact of this hero very, very minimal so far in this game, considering what we've seen from Enigma earlier in the tournament. Secret seems to have a very good understanding of how to solve it. And this looks like Y will also finding a quick way back to base. As Grave.
Yeah.
Okay. He kind of juked them by running in a line.
And sometimes it's the hardest path to follow. Okay.
That is really impressive that he found a way out of that.
On the other side of the map, though, JinQ gets off the initiation. Already has his shard as Zayats gets off the impale. As Nisha has to walk his way around, but looks like JinQ is likely to fall. He's getting healed up, though. And still the Aegis in line for Nisha, so he is not scared. Eventually, JinQ goes down, and there's the stun follow-up. And Nisha, they're looking for the bear. That's all the damage that Ame has.
I mean,
to get Lightning Storm down. He's just going to continue on now. They're looking for a full team wipe potentially. Global Silence is there. Nisha just hedging his bets. GG is called. And Secret completely stomped game number 1. Not what we were expecting, but Secret off to an amazing start.
Yeah, that was not even remotely close. Just absolutely crushed them start to finish. The lanes went well. I think the double counter to the Enigma really caused a lot of problems for LGD. I mean, it's easy to say, right, because he never cast Black Hole. It's pretty rare that you see a game with Enigma not using ulti a single time.
Yeah.
But you got to look at it from his perspective. He's playing into some super hard counters. They let the Silencer through to second phase. Secret more than happy to pick that up and just put on a clinic in this game. Everything went exceptionally well. Nisha got the fast Bloodstone like you talked about. He gets the Aegis and they just get the job done. Like, he runs in, what's killing him? They have no healing reduction. He puts on the Bloodstone, goes to town, hits a lot of units with Pulse Nova and just deals out of everything.
LGD kind of, I mean, I was going to say on the ropes. Technically on the ropes would be lower bracket. They obviously would still have another life if they were able to, if they were going to lose a second game in this series. But, I mean, this was beyond any of our understanding, I feel like, or our predictions, especially yours. Because you all pick LGD to win, and they always lose somehow.
That is just not true.
I mean,
they win a lot of the time, but
I mean,
they do lose sometimes.
Technically, you're right, actually.
Yeah,
that is,
it is important to be technically correct, as we both know.
That is correct. But I mean, going into game 2, what do you think? What does LGD need to do? Was this a draft thing? Was this a laning stage thing?
I think part of it was definitely the draft. I think they had some problems with how the lanes went, so I think that's where you want to start, and then go from there. Build yourself a game so that you can be competitive in the mid game.
All right.
PSG.LGD versus Team Secret. Game 2.
Daedalus, Unleash.
And I think when the Tiny is dead, that is their combo breaker, right? That's the thing that's been kind of like the Avalanche or the tossback to get the fear. When he's dead, I don't think there's anything they need to fear when going in. And that's going to be another Roche for Secret. And this is going to be Nihilism, I would assume, onto Nisha. We'll see who ends up taking the Aghanim Scepter.
Holding it on Nyx.
Okay.
He's not used it, though.
Puppy's 800 from finishing it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah,
not consumed it. I mean,
I guess they're debating what to do right now.
Yeah, it's actually a tough decision. Nyx's Ag is incredibly good. The question is, how much value are you going to get on Nihilism? I mean, it's really good as well.
Yeah, it's not the best Nihilism game, though, right? It's good against Monkey King, but... I don't know. Maybe they're just never going to use it. I wonder what the win rate is of Aghanim's Blessing unconsumed. It's got to be pretty high.
Great stat, yeah, I'm sure. Get somebody working on that one. Very important.
He's literally, it is inflating his net worth right now. So he's literally just walking around with higher net worth.
No,
game.
It doesn't inflate until you consume it. Okay, he just consumed it.
It did. His net worth was the same.
There's no way.
Yeah.
I refuse to believe
He was carrying around 6k gold. All right, he finally uses it.
All right, so now you get a buff to every skill and burrow. You become a lurker. Hopefully that's not trademarked or I might get fired here. So Secret, PSG.LGD, 25k lead for Secret, but it doesn't, sometimes it hasn't really felt like that based on LGD just making brilliant moves. But that last one really hurt.
It did, and they hit a huge breaking point here. They get 25 on Dawnbreaker. This is such an it is one of the best talents in the whole game, in my opinion. Just so strong to get a second free Starbreaker. You have the BKB death, so you're guaranteed to get 2 of them off. You're playing against 1 Monkey King Basher. It's the only counter that the enemy team has to your Starbreakers going off, so Chrysalis will do massive damage, and as we've seen time and time again in this game, plenty of setup where that comes from his teammates, both Rezo and Zayats will be happy to just jump in and give him 2 Starbreakers to get a key kill.
And not only that, I mean, the other side, we have Heart on Faith Beyond, very big item, but the Aghanim Scepter was officially purchased now by Puppy, so
you know what
feuding
they
of
don't have? They don't have a Force Staff.
And on PSG?
Yeah, that feels like an oversight to not have that item, right? I know you're playing against Glimpse, but you need some sort of way of getting out of Starbreaker, of getting out of away from
Tails and they're going to jump in. Solar Guardian coming in at the end. It looks like Faithium might drop inside the Wukong's command. They have to just try to reset. Zayats is going to live thanks to the Eon Disc and just burrow his way back to full HP. The Jin Q is dead as well without buyback available. Now they just wait out the Wukongs.
Oh, he got the stun again.
He's going to go in again with Chrysalis'
the Starbreaker, decimating time and time again. But there's Ame's grip pressure, Wukong's command to follow. Crystallis eats the cheese, tries to get force step, but not going to live through this engagement. They did find Niche, okay. Gets off the Yule, but instantly canceled.
Dude,
that was the neutralizer.
It's actually doing work.
But they got the tower, but nothing more.
And they got a Zeus buyback too.
Right, he has Wind Waker, like you said. That was the Stormcraft, so he has 2 ways to dispel.
Yeah.
I thought that was like a nullifier or something, just canceling it out, but just the baby Yules. And Secret continuing to pursue. Fortification is popped, and Split Earths aplenty being applied. And now they know that there's no Wukong's command. Refresher already used on Ame. Did he also pop BKB? No. So he has his second BKB now.
This is just not a safe push whatsoever with DP and especially Tiny respawning. I really like from Secret that they disengage here and don't try to get those barracks. I think the risk reward just isn't favoring you nearly enough. Go back, play the map, get your spells ready, get your heroes back in play, and try to find another pick outside the base and use that to get the racks instead. So, yeah. I mean, LGD, they do hold on, but it feels like it's expensive every single time. This time, getting that Zeus buyback out, he doesn't have disc, and he's still not considering it. He's eyeing up the Hex. Okay, finally, he changed his mind. So will take the defensive route here to ensure that he can at least stay alive for a moment. Faith Beyond!
Uh-oh. Inside the Static Storm. Remember, he can't use any items inside of it, and he's dead. 90 seconds of no death profit. Ame trying to get some revenge, but Resolution ends up using Rebound to the other side. Only 1 inside Wukong's command right now, but 3 dead for PSG.LGD. And now Ame looks to be next. The Starbreaker is coming just for him. Specialty from Secret. He has to buy back instantly. Now Resolution with the dispose, onto nothing to say, has to pop the BKB himself, but this looks like it might be the beginning of the end for LGD in this upper bracket. Rebound not proc there, but again, Crystallis with the Starbreaker. And this is going to be several sets of racks, if not potentially GG.
Faith Beyond just disappears. It's like LGD want to access this high ground, and they're like, what hero can we send in first that can possibly survive? And he should be the choice, right? You have Heart, Shiva, BKB. He dies before he gets BKB off. He literally just gets killed 100-0. Even with Lich's protection, it wasn't enough.
Oh, Zayax finds Ame. This is going to be a dieback for him potentially, and it will. Double Starbreaker. GG is called, and Secret 2-0 PSG.LGD, sending them to the lower bracket, and they're going to face off against Thunder Predator. My goodness, I don't think anybody was expecting that potential matchup in the upper bracket, but wow, what a series from Secret.
Yeah, my prediction so far, great. 0 out of 2 in the bracket, so that's, yeah, what a, I mean, I'm not going to say it's a shocker. I don't feel like LGD going into today was like a massive favorite, especially when you saw on the group stage Secret's been playing some really solid Dota, but I love the strategy they brought to the table today. I think the way they combined their Nyx Onbreaker really stifled LGD's moves that they wanted to make, and yeah, I'm just really, really impressed with Secret today, so going to be an interesting match in the upper bracket next.
Cyborg Matt, very happy. Love that guy, one of the best people in Dota for sure. But Jenkins not so much. Let's go to him and the rest of the great panel we have over in Norway.